The Mercedes-AMG G63 isn't just a vehicle. It's a straight-up statement. The kind that pulls up, shuts the whole block up, and lets everyone know something serious just arrived. From the moment you lay eyes on it, the G63 hits different. It looks like it was carved out of raw attitude, squared off and unapologetic, like it doesn't care about trends because it is the trend. This thing has been around forever, yet somehow it keeps getting cooler, louder, faster, and more ridiculous in the best possible way. You don't buy a G63 because you need a car. You buy it because you want power, presence, and prestige, wrapped in one brutally beautiful box. Let's get one thing straight right. Out the gate, the G63 is not subtle, and it doesn't want to be. That iconic boxy shape is instantly recognizable from a mile away. Flat panels, upright windshield, exposed door hinges, chunky fender flares, and that aggressive Panamericana grille screaming AMG energy. It's like Mercedes took a military tank, sent it to the gym, dressed it in luxury, and handed it a supercar engine. And somehow it works. In a world where everything is trying to be sleek and slippery, the G63 stands tall and says, nah, we're doing it our way. Pop the hood and that's where the real magic happens. The AMG G63 packs a handcrafted 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 that pushes out a wild amount of power, around 577 horsepower, and torque that hits you like a freight train. Hit the gas and this big boxy beast launches way harder than it has any right to. 0 to 60 in around 4 seconds, which is straight up insane for something that looks like it should be crawling over mountains instead of embarrassing sports cars at stoplights. The exhaust note alone is worth the price of admission. It doesn't just growl, it roars, pops, and crackles like it's daring you to push it harder. Driving the G63 feels like nothing else on the road. You sit high, commanding, looking down on traffic like you own it. The steering is tighter than you'd expect. The suspension is surprisingly composed, and the AMG tuned setup keeps it planted even when you're pushing it. Is it as nimble as a low-slung coupe? Of course not. But for something this tall and heavy, it handles shockingly well. And when you want to cruise, it smooths out and turns into a luxury lounge on wheels. Flip between drive modes, and it's like you've got multiple personalities under your right foot. Step inside and the vibe shifts from rugged to ridiculously refined. The interior of the AMG G63 is pure luxury flex. Premium leather everywhere, diamond stitching, metal accents, ambient lighting that lets you set the mood however you want. The dual widescreen displays stretch across the dash, blending digital gauges with infotainment in a way that feels futuristic, but still classy. Everything you touch feels solid, expensive, and intentional. Even the grab handles, a classic G-Wagon detail, remind you that this thing still has off-road roots, even if most of them are rolling through Beverly Hills instead of muddy trails. Comfort is not an afterthought here. The seats are plush but supportive, heated, ventilated, and ready for long drives or short flexes around town. Rear passengers get legit space, not just an afterthought bench. The sound system bangs, the tech is loaded, and the overall experience makes you forget you're driving something that started life as a military utility vehicle decades ago. Mercedes nailed the balance between heritage and modern luxury, and the G63 is proof they know exactly what their audience wants. Now let's talk about off-road capability because yeah, this thing can still get dirty if you want it to. Full-time all-wheel drive, 3 locking differentials, serious ground clearance, and a body-on-frame setup mean the G63 can go places most luxury SUVs wouldn't even try. It's overbuilt, over-engineered, and ready for chaos. Most owners probably won't ever test its limits, but knowing it can handle rough terrain just adds to the confidence factor. It's like wearing combat boots with a designer suit. Overkill? Maybe. Cool? Absolutely. The AMG G63 has also become a cultural icon. You see it in music videos, celebrity garages, social media feeds, and high-end neighborhoods across the U.S. Rappers love it, athletes drive it, influencers flex it, and car enthusiasts respect it. It's one of those rare vehicles that crosses all boundaries. Luxury crowd, performance crowd, off-road crowd, hype crowd. Everyone finds something to love. When you pull up in a G63, people notice. Kids point, phones come out, and heads turn. It's not just transportation, it's a vibe. Of course, all that clout and capability comes with a price tag that's not exactly friendly. The AMG G63 sits way up there. And once you start adding options, custom wheels, unique colors, and interior upgrades, the number climbs fast. But here's the thing. Resale value on these beasts is strong. Demand stays high, and clean examples hold their worth better than most luxury SUVs. In some cases, they even appreciate. That's wild in the car world. It speaks to how legendary the G-Wagon platform has become. Fuel economy? Yeah, let's not pretend that's why you're here. The G63 drinks gas like it's on a mission. But nobody buying one is stressing over PG. You're trading efficiency for experience. And the experience is worth it. Every drive feels special, even a quick run to the store. The sound, the feel, the presence. It all adds up to something that makes boring errands feel like an event. What really sets the Mercedes-AMG G63 apart is that it doesn't compromise its identity. Mercedes could have softened it, rounded it off, made it more modern in the generic sense. But they didn't. They kept the box. They kept the attitude. They just cranked everything else up to 11. That's why it works. It's authentic. It knows what it is and leans into it hard. In the US market, where SUVs rule the roads, the G63 sits at the top of the food chain. It's not trying to compete with crossovers or family haulers. It's in its own lane. A luxury performance SUV that looks like nothing else, sounds like thunder, and feels like a boss move every time you grab the wheel. Whether you're rolling through city streets, highway cruising, or flexing at a valet stand, the G63 delivers that, yeah, I made it energy. There's also something timeless about it. Trends come and go, designs change, but the G-Class stays true. 10 years from now, a G63 will still look tough. 20 years from now, it'll still be desirable. That's rare. It's the kind of vehicle people keep, collect, and pass down. It builds stories, not just miles. At the end of the day, the Mercedes-AMG G63 isn't about logic. It's about emotion. It's about hearing that V8 fire up and feeling your chest vibrate. It's about sitting high above traffic with confidence. It's about owning something iconic that blends brute force with high-end luxury in a way only AMG can pull off. If you're looking for safe and sensible, this ain't it. But if you want something bold, powerful, and unforgettable, the G63 is that ride. This SUV doesn't whisper success, it shouts it. It doesn't blend in, it stands out. And in a world full of look-alike vehicles, the Mercedes-AMG G63 remains a legend that refuses to be ignored.